Verge. Verge is one of the few cryptos in the world that are fully compliant with the sort of required global messaging standards for the year. While this is hella dull, it's really important because for cryptos moving forward, they have to become compliant if they're going to interact with any sort of traditional finance companies. So this opens potential doors for Verge. So I want to talk about those doors and what this means. Before I get into it though, guys, if you're new here and you don't know what this is a spreadsheet of the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying these coins. These were coins that I expected were going to make me a lot of money. If you'd have done the same, if you'd have popped $100 into each of the coins when I released the videos, and then you sold them after 16 months, 17 months, your total profit from $100 into each would have been over 123 grand. That's in under a year and a half. Pretty damn good. Now, I no longer share the coins I'm in on YouTube, but I do share them on my website, which is copymycrypto.com. So when I find coins that are going to make me a lot of money, I do the same thing. I jump onto the site, I tell my members about the coin that I'm going to buy, the profits that coin can have, the percentage of my cash I'm going to put in, the price that I'm going to buy the coin at. When I sell a coin, I let my members know what coin I'm selling and at what price. So my members get in on the coins at the same price, get out of the coins at the same price, meaning they make the same profits. But they don't have to do any work at all. And if you go onto the site, you'll see what the members have earned. You'll see what I've said in the past. It's all public record. There's a reason that there are thousands of people on the site is because of what they're earning. And if you don't have your portfolio sorted, now is actually a perfect time. We are going to have a pullback in the market for a little bit longer, probably another week, 2 weeks maybe, before we start seeing the markets recovering and rallying. So if you're not confident about your portfolio, if you're not happy with it, read through copymycrypto.com, because if you do, I have no doubt that you realize it's a service you've got to try, guys. So Verge. Verge is a privacy-based crypto. It's privacy focused and it aims to offer a fast, decentralized payments network that improves upon the original Bitcoin blockchain. So they've included additional privacy features, including integrating the anonymity network Tor. If you're not familiar with Tor, where have you been for the last 20 years? And they've also introduced something called Verge Pay. Now, this was originally launched as a coin called Dogecoin Dark, which was a fork of Peercoin. They renamed Verge in order to rebrand to distinguish themselves from Doge itself. Although given the success of Dogecoin, it might have been a bad idea. So the project is now based on the Bitcoin source code. The founder is Justin Velo, also known as Justin Vendetta or Sunarock, a developer with over 20 years experience in network security and a decade in blockchain tech. He first developed the crypto as a fun passion project to empower individuals around the world with a greater sense of privacy. And look, Verge, the concept I'm not a huge fan of. Like a payments network is not something I am bullish on from a crypto standpoint. In 2016, 2017, this was a concept that actually really had some legs. However, with the emergence of like the strength of stable coins and with the emergence of CBDCs left, right and center, and as we've seen the strengthening of Bitcoin in price and Ethereum in price and the view of them as long-term stores of value, I don't think we're really going to see a world where we see businesses take on cryptos as payments unless they're going to be stable coins, if stable coins are still around, or there'll be CBDCs, or in theory Bitcoin or Bitcoin or Ethereum, sorry. So Verge, by the way, Velo tried to distinguish Verge from other privacy coins. He didn't believe they were adequately functional as digital currencies, and that the only serious privacy coin projects at the time were Bitcoin and Monero, and they were not sufficient. That was basically his view. Now, what's changed is the ISO 20022 standard. So this is a global standard for financial messaging that promotes standardized data exchange between financial institutions. Primary goal is to modernize the traditional financial sector, making data handling easier. The standard has to be adopted by all traditional financial systems and the world of cryptocurrency in order to improve interoperability. If a crypto project does in fact adopt this standard, then they can integrate with traditional financial systems with no issues whatsoever. And all it is the standard for financial messaging that provides common language and structure for the exchange of data between financial institutions and international payment systems like SWIFT. And look, there are only 9 projects globally that, like crypto projects, that are meet the standard. You've got Ripple, Quant, you've got Stellar, XDC Network, Hedera, IOTA, Algorand, Cardano, and Verge. And Verge, as I said, privacy-based crypto. And as I said, they have enhanced they have an enhanced privacy focused crypto. Now, what the potential here, because look, privacy coins are being slapped about by governments. The EU in particular hate privacy coins. The benefit of privacy coins from a business standpoint is that businesses don't, while they have open, if it's a publicly traded company, there is certain information that is out there. However, you don't have the in-depth information of everything that's bought and sold in the way that a blockchain shows. And my point has always been that I think businesses are going to be fairly hesitant about entering into a crypto space if it's on a DLT where their competitors can go, oh, right, there have been 1,000 buy orders. There's been 1,000 payments of 322 USDT in the last hour. And then and as a competitor, you can then go through the website and go, oh, cool, that is $322. And you can see, and competitors would have open access effectively to seeing how a business is performing via a DLT. And that puts a business at risk of competitors undercutting. That puts the business at risk of increased competition. And fundamentally, look, there's always going to be the hesitation from a business standpoint as well. That businesses are not going to be exactly in a rush to enter a space where there's already one misplaced key, one hack, one exploit, and shit goes wrong. So businesses are always going to be a bit hesitant. But from a DLT perspective, I think it just is too much information that they don't want out. So something like Verge has potential in that regard because it's a payment system that's private. And that means that you would not see, businesses would not necessarily get all their information out there in the world. I personally, I think that there are a few different, not privacy coins, but cryptocurrency projects that have privacy features to ensure that businesses would not be open in that regard. That I think businesses were far more likely to go to than Verge. And that's kind of the issue, is I think Verge have, while they've introduced some interesting stuff with like an NFT situation and stuff, I'm not overly enamored with it as a project. I also think there's a concern from a long-term downtrend perspective. 2017, it absolutely banged. It hit about 20 cents. I think it was 18 something cents. No, bloody hell, it was 30 cents. So it hit 30 cents in 2017. In the last bull cycle, it peaked at around about 8 or 9, 7 cents, was that? Obviously, these charts are not particularly accurate. But that long-term downtrend is there, and it's there to stay. So I'm not convinced that we're going to see Verge banging to like new crazy highs, even in spite of the fact that they are one of the few that are compliant. I think that down, as I said, I think if businesses are going to enter the space, I don't think Verge is where they're going to go, and I don't think many places are going to be pushing for a privacy coin right now with the way the EU are behaving. So I think there's a concern for stuff like delistings and stuff in the future, although less so for Verge because obviously they're compliant. Yep. Yeah, sorry, what was I saying? But yeah, the downturn price action is not great, man. It's not great. I'm looking at like 3 cents, to be honest. I think we're going to see it struggle to match what it did in 2021. I think that downturn is there to stay now. And like I said, I think there's a risk of delistings, like much less so with Verge than any other privacy coin because they're compliant. But yeah, I just think there are better options out there for businesses. I think as payments networks go, I think there are better options out there. The only big plus of Verge is that it's private. And I do think that is important. Unfortunately, governments don't. Yeah, I think this will still make some gains. I think this can probably hit 3 cents. It might even hit 5 cents. But I'm not fully convinced that we're going to see much more than that. Because again, I think there is just... I think there are better options out there. To be honest, if they just stayed as Dogecoin dark... I think they would have a much, much higher market cap just by association with Dogecoin at this point. But, hey ho. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. Which of the 9 compliant coins do you think are going to have the best year? Don't forget. So you've got Algorand, Cardano, Verge, XDC, IOTA, Hedera, Stellar, Ripple, Quant. Let me know what you guys think about which one's going to have the best year in the comments down below. And guys, if you want to make the same profits as me in this bull cycle, all you have to do is join up at copymycrypto.com. That is the site I run, where I share with all my members the coins that I own. If you join up today, you'd be able to see my entire portfolio. When I add to my portfolio, I let my members know what coin I'm adding, at what price, what percentage of my cash I'm putting in, so they can copy along exactly. It means there's no work for the members at all. When I sell a coin, I do the same thing. I let my members know what coin I'm selling and at what price. So my members get in on coins at the same price, get out of coins at the same price, making the exact same profit, but don't have to do any work at all. And look, if you go onto the site, you'll see that there are thousands and thousands of members on the site. If you go on, you'll also see the profits that they've made. That's why they're there. We've had the halving. We're having the pullback right now. If you don't have your portfolio sorted, now is the perfect time while the lows are coming in, prices are dropping. You can get your buy orders set at good prices. And if you're not confident about your portfolio, like I say, read through copymycrypto.com because I have no doubt when you do, you'll realize that it's a service that you've got to try out, guys. And that's it from me. Have a good day. Bye-bye.